If you recognize yourself in any of these patterns, I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to illuminate the shadows, because unconscious habits don't just complicate your life. They subtly erode your resilience, diminish your self-trust, and weaken your ability to master your own mind. You crave inner peace, genuine confidence, and the power to navigate life's chaos with clarity. But often, it's the hidden, insidious patterns that hold us back. The Stoics understood that true strength comes from within, from our control over our perceptions and actions. It's my upbringing. My boss doesn't appreciate me. The economy is tough. This might offer temporary comfort, but it strips you of power. Modern psychology echoes this. Our habits shape who we become. Attention. You find yourself tailoring your opinions, appearance, or actions to fit what you think others want, constantly seeking to be seen or liked. These are 10 subtle poisons that silently deplete your inner strength, often without you even realizing it. And the last one? But on living in alignment with your own values, practicing self-compassion, and honoring your own integrity, but consistently fall short after a few days or weeks. Do what you said you would do, even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. Start small, build momentum, and celebrate every kept promise. This builds unshakable self-respect. Each broken promise, no matter how small, chips away at your self-trust and confidence. Marcus Aurelius taught us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. You avoid honest, direct conversation because it feels too confrontational or risky. Find your certainty within. Address issues head-on. Not with anger, but with a commitment to understanding and resolution. This builds genuine connection and clears the air. It's the ultimate trap that stops true growth dead in its tracks. I can't because of what happened. My childhood ruined me. This keeps you stuck in a narrative of helplessness. You have the power to transform adversity into wisdom, pain into purpose. Use your past not as a burden, but as fuel for your evolution. Let's dive in. 1. Avoiding self-responsibility. There's no clear intention, no deliberate plan. You drift instead of steer. This numbs you to deeper feelings and stunts your growth. It's about recognizing the emotion, understanding its root, and choosing your reaction rather than being swept away. Learn to sit with challenging emotions, embrace boredom, and delay gratification. Seek fulfillment over fleeting pleasure. This builds discipline and resilience. Create sacred time for focused work, reflection, and proactive creation. Design your day, don't just react to it. You defend your flaws, justify your limitations, and resist any feedback or challenge that suggests you need to change. Be committed to outgrowing who you were yesterday. This is the path of continuous self-mastery and genuine vitality. Growth feels uncomfortable, so you choose the familiar stagnation. You cannot transform what you refuse to acknowledge. This isn't about striving for unattainable perfection. It's about shedding the layers that diminish your authentic power. The talk becomes a substitute for tangible progress. Choose awareness. Choose action. Begin to show up differently and step into the most powerful, self-mastered version of yourself. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is your true power, the poison. You find yourself quick to blame external circumstances, other people, or past events for your current state. The strength mastery begins when you accept radical responsibility for everything in your life. Your choices, your reactions, your emotional state, even your perceived failures. The greatest impact comes from consistent, quiet execution, not from grand declarations. Commit to showing results, not just talking about potential. Silence your ego and put in the work. This isn't about guilt. It's about reclaiming your agency. As Seneca said, the fates lead the willing and drag the unwilling. 2. Chasing external validation, the poison. Your sense of worth fluctuates wildly based on likes, comments, compliments, or external approval. The strength. True self-worth is an internal fortress. It's built not on how others perceive you. 3. Breaking promises to yourself, the poison. You set ambitious goals, make grand declarations. The strength. Your integrity with yourself is the bedrock of your power. For engaging in passive aggression, the poison, Instead of directly addressing discomfort or conflict, you express your frustration through subtle jabs, veiled criticisms, or indirect complaints. The strength, clarity, and courage define a strong mind. Speak your truth with directness and respect, even when it's uncomfortable. 5. Letting emotions control you, the poison. You find yourself either suppressing emotions until they explode, or reacting impulsively and disproportionately to minor triggers, living in a constant state of emotional turbulence. The strength. Emotional mastery isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about conscious awareness and intelligent response. 6. Playing victim to your past, the poison. You remain tethered to past traumas, mistakes, or circumstances, using them as justification for inaction or a lack of progress. The strength. Acknowledge your pain, your history, your challenges, but refuse to let them define your future. 7. Living in reaction mode. The poison. Your days begin by reacting, checking your phone, endlessly scrolling social media, responding to every notification. Letting external demands dictate your time and energy. The strength. Cultivate intentionality. Start your day with a clear purpose, however small. Schedule your priorities rather than prioritizing your schedule. 8. Over-consuming to feel good. The poison. You constantly seek quick dopamine hits to avoid discomfort. Endless scrolling, excessive eating, mindless entertainment, or other forms of instant gratification. The strength. Confront discomfort. True growth happens on the edge of your comfort zone. The poison. You're always planning, always strategizing, constantly talking about your goals, your aspirations, your future self, but rarely take significant, consistent action. The strength. Let your actions speak for themselves. 10. Refusing to grow, the poison. This is the most dangerous one. The strength. A truly strong mind is constantly evolving. It embraces discomfort as a signal for growth, seeks feedback, and actively sheds outdated beliefs and habits. If you recognized yourself in any of these, that's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of courage and self-awareness. Stop living in the shadows of these subtle poisons.